anybody's tuning in online, and welcome here in person. Today, a smaller, intimate class in person, but means you get more directed energy and very guided and specific for what you need. So I always like to start out by hearing what are you working on and working through, because every meditation is guided a little bit differently and unique. And so we're always going through different things at different times in our life. And I purposely use prosperity and abundance because abundance I always look at is the untangible things, so that could be health, love, joy, friendships, all of those kind of things. And then look at prosperity as, money, tangible things, and, sometimes one area works really good and sometimes the other areas don't. And we're always working on things or working through things. And oftentimes when you take a moment to actually examine your life, you'll see that the same patterns continue to occur within the same realms of whatever that area is that you're struggling or trying to break free or get to the next level in. And so looking at different patterns, the patterns can exhibit themselves as certain blocks, right? Where for whatever reason, there's not enough motivation or energy, or the drive isn't there, or possibly it's that no matter what you do, you're constantly, you seem like you're hitting adversity with the rest of the world, right? And sometimes you can see these patterns. You get to a certain level and things fall apart, or, people have this sometimes very, very vivid. You can know from like friends or people where they'll be in a relationship and they can't get past the 6-month mark or something like that. And then every time, why does it fall apart at 6 months? What's happening, right? And so, but in the bigger scheme of things, it's the same pattern. Some people, when it comes to prosperity, even if they continue to make more money, they continue to have the same spending habits and they can't get themselves financially ahead, right? So it's like, okay, they can make double the amount of income, but they feel like they're in the same trap situation, right? So it's, what are you noticing? And sharing that so we can gear towards shifting things on the deeper level, because really that's what it's all about. What's going on in our mind helps. It's almost like if we're like this radio antenna, right? And we emit a frequency out, right? And so our mind and our heart are two of the strongest areas of that. The heart being a little bit stronger, but sometimes the mind will suppress the heart, right? And so that vibration that's emitted out, you'll get what you get, right? Based on your beliefs, right? And based on what you allow yourself to even know or to enjoy or whatever, it will be that same frequency will be matched, right? And so by shifting what's going on in your mind, you can change your belief systems on that level, but you can also access what is truly going on in your heart to help even emit stronger frequencies to allow you to align with what it is that you're trying to achieve, create, manifest, or have in your life. So.
What I'm working through, I'm actually in the middle of a career change and a divorce.
Okay.
So big changes.
Big changes, but it's through those changes that, it's almost like that whole new beginning, right? You allow yourself to create a completely different foundation. Mm-hmm. And, that's the energy of what you're going through. What are some of the things that you want to break as you establish new energy moving forward?
I guess like all my limiting beliefs around like what healthy work relationships and romantic relationships look like.
Okay.
Kind of expecting more instead of becoming resentful down the road.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. 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 So shifting what it is that you attract within the relationships of your life, right? And so allowing what you want to be in alignment, right? Instead of hoping and attracting, what it sounds like is attracting people or situations that really don't match up to what it is. And you hope that they'll change, or you'll hope that that relationship will be something different. And then you find it resentful, but you're attracting your alignment. It's like going and buying a used car and getting mad that it's breaking down. But what you really want, and what you really wanted was a brand new car. Mm-hmm. And like that. I don't know, that old car can never be the brand new, you know, Mercedes or whatever, right? You know, it's just not, you know, so it's like, what are you shopping for in the universe as well? And what are you allowing your energy to go towards? Because every relationship in our life, we're equally responsible for having it, right? And that's where the boundaries are, the different aspects. It's like, why do we choose to invest energy in certain people, and why don't we choose to invest energy in other people? And it's those people that we choose for whatever reason, unconscious beliefs, whatever alignment that we invest time into, we get what we think. But then there's a true desire that's not being met because it's not what you truly want.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat with the relationship situation. I just had a situation where I very quickly parsed out that, like, oh, this person isn't who I thought they were, and it wasn't like they're not presenting. They presented a certain way, and then once I dug a little deeper, it was like, oh, there's a lot of things I'm really not interested in getting involved with. And so I just, today I'm sitting with myself like, okay, why am I attracting people? I'm doing a lot of self-work. I'm really focused on healthy lifestyle and like I'm shifting a lot in my life, and I'm attracting people who aren't doing the same kind of work. But I desire that type of person, but I keep finding people who are not into that, and I keep attracting people who are not evolving in that same way. So I'm kind of like, what's in me that's attracting that, and why am I not attracting the things that I feel like are reflecting where I'm going and where I'm at?
Yeah. So, you know, part of this is building your worth and your confidence of what you desire, right? You know, and I'll go like with a little example, right? It's part of it is attracting these different people. And so some of it is who the people are that you're attracting, right? And some of it is how the people are showing up in relationship to your energy, right? And a good example of that, like on a different scale, is think about like there's two parents and there's a little kid. And the kid will behave a certain way in front of one parent, and they'll constantly try to get away with things or do something. And the moment the other parent walks into the room, suddenly their behavior is completely different, right? And it's one parent has a certain set of boundaries of what they're going to tolerate and not tolerate. And one parent doesn't have those boundaries, right? So that child will mimic and understand what they can get away with this person and what they can't get away with that person, right? And so there's that level of, and I say that on that level because also what you're starting to allow into your life too. So that's the people that are showing up. But why are you even allowing the people to show up that you don't want, right, in your life? And so it goes another further. It's how do we create better boundaries for yourself? And the boundaries come from a level of self-worth, right? And so it's like, let's shape these solid forms of saying, this is who I am and this is what I want. And this is not only who I am and what I want, because I think that you both have that, but it's knowing that I deserve that, right? And it's that deserving aspect that we need to dive in a little bit deeper to and say, no. And when something shows up differently, like if, you know, since going through a divorce, you're going to be starting to date soon, maybe, you know, and okay, but eventually down the line, when you think about it, when you think about it though, like, or think about friends they date or different things, it's like they might go on a date with a couple people. And if that person doesn't have some of the attributes or the things that they're looking for, they don't even waste their time. It's like, okay, no, bam. But it's knowing what they want, knowing what they, you know, what really will resonate to them and make them happy. And then also having that ability to say, I'm not going to settle, right? And then it's not investing any more time. And if you can do that in the realm of dating, you can do that in the realm of friends, colleagues, business acquaintances, people, jobs, you know, the amount of money you earn, everything. You can say, no. Somebody sends you a new job offer and it's directly, it's less than what you want, you're probably going to say no, right? But if you're not sure of what your worth is, you might contemplate taking it, right? But the worth will say, no, I refuse to do anything less than this dollar amount. So you either meet me there or I keep on looking for somewhere else, right? And that's the difference. And so that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on that value system so that we can continue to set stronger boundaries in understanding that not even playing with or toying with when you know something isn't right, when you know that friendship is draining, when you know that person isn't in the same alignment as you, when you know, and that cutting that energy off and saying, no, actually, I don't have time for dinner for this person, or I don't have this, or whatever. And when you stop engaging and you're telling the universe no, you're also reinforcing your worth. And you're saying, okay, I'd rather be by myself or go on a hike by myself than go on a hike or do something with somebody that doesn't, like, I feel bad after, or they're not on the same vibrational level, or they're not whatever. And then you start to continue to make that space for the people that are, right? Okay. It's like going to the store, and if you know what you want to buy and the store doesn't have it, you don't just buy something that will fit because you said that you were going to go out and shop, right? And in some levels, we compromise and we'll just do that. Okay, I'll just take this as convenient, it's easy. But in a lot of times we say, no, I was looking for a specific red top. This is, pinkish orange, and yeah, it fits and it's the right price, but no, I'm looking for a certain thing. And if not, I'm going to go to another store, and I'm going to go to another store, and I'm going to wait, right? I don't need to fill my wardrobe. I don't need to fill my life with people or situations that aren't what I'm really looking for. Okay? So lay down or sit up, whatever you want.
If you lay down, should we put our heads to the center?
Whatever you both decide to do together.
Okay.
So if you're both going to the back, both go to the back. If you're both going to the front, go to the front. All right, and everybody that's tuning in or anybody tuning in online, just allow yourself to get comfortable to lay down. If you want to sit up and you're an avid meditator, you can sit up kind of like I'm doing and putting your hands really close to your waist, and that helps keep your spine very straight. So you allow the energy to flow. But of course, this is about you letting go. So if you choose to allow your mind and your body to relax, just taking this time and getting comfortable. And as you allow yourself to get comfortable and in a place of relaxation, I just invite you for a few moments. We're just going to have you do what many people don't do so often in the day, is just pay attention to yourself. You've decided that you're worth it and you're going to work on yourself, and that you're carving this time out for you. And so pay attention to you. Notice the subtleties in your body. Notice those energies. And as you allow yourself to notice these subtleties, to feel this, to breathe in and to breathe out, allowing this energy to feel calm, relaxing, peaceful, all of this and more. And just take time. Feel your feet. How do they feel? Do you feel any soreness in your feet? Do you notice that your left foot feels slightly different than your right? When's the last time you paid attention to how your toes feel? The little toe, the big toe, and every toe in between. And as you allow yourself to pay attention to your feet, or your ankles, or your legs, or the way that your hips feel, your back, your shoulder blades, your arms, your fingertips. Just paying attention to your body, this miraculous body that allows for you to live your life, to feel, to experience, to go about your day, to allow you to explore life, to feel and to have every day be an adventure from here on out, starting today. And this body and these shoulders and your neck and your jaw and your face. Just feeling your head and feeling your mind as some of those thoughts enter in and out. Each thought entering in. Paying attention to those thoughts. Hear what they have to say. You're thinking them for a reason, and then invite them to exit out. And as they exit out and they slowly fade away, another thought enters in, and another exits out, and another enters in, and another fades out. And you'll notice between the transference of one thought to the next, the fading out, and new one emerging with it. As you pay close attention, you may notice a little sliver of nothingness. The space between this thought, that thought, and I will invite you to pull yourself into that space. Pulling yourself into those thoughts, pulling yourself in, yes indeed. And as you do, as you pull yourself into those thoughts and you allow your mind and your body to start to feel that nothingness, that calmness, that space, and you imagine what it would be like to pull yourself even deeper into that void of stillness, calm, peace, collective. And as you allow yourself to feel this, and as you allow yourself to take on this energy, pulling yourself down even deeper with every breath you take, and the more that you allow these breaths in and you allow yourself to release all that doesn't serve you, using the power of your breath to simply breathe and to simply release. And that power that you have with that force of your breath, you can even imagine that your breath has this magical power, because it does. Every breath is giving you the magic of life. Every breath is giving you the magic of life. Hundreds of thousands of times you breathe each and every day. And each breath is breathing in life. Breathing in new, and every exhale you're releasing old. And that change happens hundreds of thousands of times every day. And with a little focus and with a little energy, we can invite you to breathe out those changes that you long to seek. Those old stories that you used to play inside of your mind, the way that you thought things used to be. The times when you made sacrifices and compromises for people, places, or things in life. Sacrifices and compromises for your own true happiness and desire. And instead of shaping and forming the life the way you want it to be, you settled and took upon people, elements, situations because they were there. And even though a part of you might have not wanted to agree with that, or it didn't feel quite right, or it felt less than what you really wanted, you still engaged, but not anymore. We're going to start to allow you to free yourself, to be picky, to be choosy, to choose, because this is your life. You get to choose. You have the freedom to choose. And there's so many options waiting for you. There's so much diversity. Why wouldn't you be able to have exactly what you wish? The variety, the diversity, the interest, the so much to fill your 24 hours each and every day. Your time. But sometimes we forget that and we give our time away. To sometimes people that don't deserve our time, situations that don't deserve our energy, aspects that really bring us down instead of lift us up. But it's time to start to analyze and set those aspects free. To say, why? Do I really need to continue to do that? My day, do I need to fill it with people, places, or things that really aren't in my alignment, aren't my joy, aren't my truth anyways? Or can you give yourself permission to live your life from a new state of being, from a powerful aspect that says today is your day. to move forward with powerful force, to say, you know what, it doesn't matter yesterday. We can start to pull inside of your mind and say, okay, those stories got you here. No resentment, no regrets, no frustration with yourself of who you used to be. So you learn by going through, by making sacrifices and compromises, by inviting in relationships that were less than, by doing experiences and jobs and careers that were less than, by allowing yourself to continue to engage in activities that were less than your truth. You learned a little bit more about how important it is to listen to yourself. It's almost by going through what you didn't want, you learn the value of what you do. And so have loving kindness and peace and beauty towards your past. And say, this was just a beautiful pages that we're turning to teach you to be right here in this moment at last. To say, okay, those experiences, those old relationships, those old careers, those old jobs, those old people, those old friendships, those old activities, you know what? They taught me. And as you look back and you reflect, you can say, thank you for all the experiences. Thank you for allowing me to understand what it is I don't want. And in that, you learned. And for that, there's no regrets, there's no shame, there's no resentment, there's none of that. You just went through different aspects of your past to lead you to this present moment right now, so you can reflect upon all of that and say, you know what, I went through, I learned, I evolved, I understand myself better. I understand I deserve better for me. And it doesn't mean anybody's wrong, it doesn't mean anything's bad. It just simply means that what you align with is different than that, and it always has. But you learn by stepping outside to get back in alignment. It's almost like when you deviate a little bit from the path, you actually find yourself more committed to your path. And that's all that you've done. And as you will give yourself that forgiveness inside, as you allow yourself to know that inside, today is the day that you propel yourself forward with tenacity, with drive, with this energy inside, that ask yourself these simple questions. What makes me happy? If I could do anything that I wanted to do, what would that be? What type of people do I want surrounding myself in my life? How do I want to spend my time? What excites me? What interests me? All of this and more as you start to allow yourself to feel, to see, to know, to believe. What do you say? And the more that you say and the more that you understand, allowing yourself to breathe in, to breathe out, and to let go because you can. So here, in this moment, feeling this, knowing this, understanding this, allowing yourself to breathe, allowing yourself to understand, allowing yourself to feel. So with all of that, taking this in. And I'm going to simply count down from 5 all the way down to 0. Now honor before 0, entering into an even deeper hypnotic state. And every number, you'll fade away a little bit more. Every number, breathing in and allowing yourself to let go of things that don't serve you anymore. So 5, as relaxing as it might be, you know you can take yourself down deeper than this. You can melt away, and as you melt away, it's melting into who you truly are. And understanding your power, understanding your capabilities, understanding your worth. Feeling your heart beat. Feeling the magic of your body. Feeling the magic of you being a unique divine force. No one else in this world is you. completely divinely unique. And just like you are divinely unique as far as your DNA is concerned, as far as you are a manifestation of you, personality, characteristics, interests, physicality, no other person in this whole universe is you. It's time to start to vibrate to that energy, to ask yourself, what is it I want? What do I want to experience, have, feel? Where is my mind curious of this magic whole planet called Earth and all of the things that I can do? I can learn, I can achieve, I can have, I can experience. And as you start to feel yourself, and you allow yourself to ask that permission to explore this interest of you, this uniqueness of you, this confidence of you. Realizing that you are perfect. See, part of not feeling worthy is somehow along our life, maybe many years ago, when you were a child looking through the world through a child's eyes. Thinking with a child's mind and reacting from a child's limited experiences. There was a part of you that thought that maybe you had to be somebody other than yourself, or you had to make all these sacrifices and compromises to be loved or accepted, instead of just honoring your truth. And so you've built walls. You've pulled yourself away from your centeredness. You wondered if you really deserved to have the life that you wish. And so you questioned it. And you put power into other people's perspective. You gave permission to people outside of you. Maybe it was your parents, your family, other people in your life, whomever, this ripple effect, and you started to seek validation. Am I good enough for you? Instead of acting from your truth and listening from your core, you started acting from the responses that they gave, appreciation, approval, disapproval, and you started to mold your energy to them instead of to you. Molding your energy to them to seek, are they approve of me? Do they accept me? Do they love me? Do they find me interesting, attractive, this or that? Did I do something that was good and approved by whatever society, people, individuals? Leave it at that. And your focus became outside of you instead of inside of you. Living to somebody else's opinions instead of your heart and your truth. But I want to pull that reflection back into yourself once again. Grabbing a hold of that outside perspective and saying it doesn't matter what they think or feel anyways. That's only going to tell you about them. Whether they approve, whether they validate, whether you did something right or wrong in their eyes. It's their opinions, their perspective, their validation, their limited understanding, their life. But last I checked, this is your life, your unique existence. Your feelings, your emotions, your heart, your journey, your destination. You're the only one seeing through your eyes, thinking with your mind, and for this time, pulling yourself back into that space to feel you again. And to say, instead of looking at the outside perspective of what they think or feel, how can I pull myself back into myself, look out of myself once again to the world and listen to my heart and allow myself to guide. Because it doesn't matter what they say or think. Their opinions will tell you more about them anyways, and it's time to navigate from you. You've been there, done that, you know what that shows up in your life. And it's taught you lessons, it's got you to this point right here, right now, to have that awareness that that doesn't serve you anymore. That you want to have what matches to what you truly desire, and it's allowing yourself to know that you deserve that. To know that not only you deserve that, but you look forward to feeling, achieving, and having that. And that you know that that's already yours. And you don't question it, you just stand within it that this is just how it is. With certainty, with tenacity, with knowing that's unshakable as we travel deep into the foundation of you. You know, it's like they say, the foundation of a house decides how sturdy it is. That building will either blow over and fall apart if the foundation isn't sturdy, or think about like a tree that hasn't rooted deep within. It can easily be uprooted if the soil gets wet or a storm blows it down, because it hasn't anchored itself into the earth, into itself. It hasn't rooted down. The foundation hasn't been as strong. And so today it's about rooting the foundation of you. About going inside of your mind and saying what cracks need to be sealed. How do we reinforce this basement in your mind? The understanding of who you are, the love for who you are, the confidence in what you want, the knowing. And you start to fill the cracks in the foundation. You start to seal it. You start to reinforce it. And you'll see that whatever you build on the surface, whatever you experience in life, no matter what comes at it, the foundation is a solid. It's this force that nothing can push it over. Because just like that tree, you root yourself down. Just like a building, you allow that anchor, those pillars of that steel reinforcement to be so solid, so deep within the ground. Even if an earthquake comes, even if a storm hits, even if something happens on the surface of your life through the experiences that you go through, you're so solid it doesn't even damage anything. Because you're rooted deep within. And over the next few days and weeks and months to come, you're going to get that understanding of you as you learn to fall back in love with yourself. As you start to explore life from a childlike wonder of curiosity and ask yourself, what do I like? What do I not like? What do I want in my life? Does this work for me? Does it not? And you start to build that foundation to go even deeper. It's like every discovery allowing one more root to root down into the earth, root down into yourself, and every discovery more and more and more. And you'll come to that point. Maybe a few days from now, maybe moments from now, maybe weeks from now, months from now, that you know yourself so much. And you know what you want. And you know your desires. And you also know that there is no more settling. There's no more sacrifices and compromises for other people's perspectives and judgments to please them or this or that. But to rather listen to yourself and say, life by design, me designing my life for me. Giving yourself back that creative control, giving yourself back that internal locus of control. And so fade away just a little bit more. Allowing yourself to breathe in and to breathe out. And to go even deeper. So we're only at 4. And you can melt away. You can allow your body to relax. You can allow yourself to say, what can I take all those fears that used to be? Because part of not living in your truth, part of sacrificing and compromising, is there's a part of you that still has these residual fears lurking within. Fears that what if something doesn't work out? What if you end up lonely? What if you are this? What if you can't find anything else? What if you won't allow? What if this will fall apart? What if? And you fear. And that fear energy gets sprinkled inside of your mind like little weeds all through your garden of your thoughts, making you compromise. And saying, well, I don't know if I'll get anything better. Oh, well, it's better to have some friendships than none at all. Oh, you know what? Well, this person likes me. Maybe this will be the relationship for me. I know it's not quite what I want, but it's better than nothing. And fearing the unknown, fearing what if something won't happen, fearing what if you don't manifest what you truly want, fear, fill in the blank. But it's time to erase fear because you know you are powerful. You can create what you want. You know if you believe you deserve something, you will find it. Maybe it won't be tomorrow, but you know that it will be coming. And so we start to pull out these weeds, one at a time, whatever that fear may be. Pull it out by its roots, shake it out and throw it away. Say no more weeds inside of your thoughts, no more weeds growing in you. Every thought inside of you, just allowing yourself to pull another weed out, and another weed, and another weed. And comb through those thoughts internally and continue to pull out all of those fears manifesting inside of you. Worries and concerns that have caught you off guard from times, that have made you compromise your truth from time to time. And so pull it out, shake it off, trust instead. You got this. You can depend on you. You can bet on you. This life that you live, you're gearing, you're living it. What you don't know, you have the capability of learning. What you don't have, you have the capability of attracting. What you don't currently have, you can trust that it will show up. And as you pull out all of those weeds, pull them all out. Those fears, come on, they're just false evidence appearing real. They ain't truth. They're not what you really want in your garden of life. They're not what you want to focus on. So pull them out, let them go, say goodbye. You got this. Because you also know that no matter what happens, you learn. No matter what unfolds, you're going to be better off if you choose to view it as such and see that every experience is an opportunity to advance, to learn, to propel yourself more further down your path. So you don't have anything to fear. So pull them out, all of them. Comb through it, see, are there any bits and pieces left of these weeds of fear inside your reality? Just take it out. Do you really need that? Pull, pull, pull. Exit them all out of your mind. Let them all go. Each weed, pulling, severing, cutting those ties. That's right. And now it's time, with a new foundation in your life, being anchored deeper and deeper with every knowing of yourself, anchoring deeper, deeper, rooting yourself deeper within yourself, with certainty, with confidence, with knowing, with boundaries that you know, and you don't allow things to teeter back and forth. And now you have this beautiful, fertile ground for you to grow whatever it is you truly want. From a new energy, from a new perspective, from a new space, you get to start to grow that. You get to plant that. And I ask of your mind to plant those elements in your mind right now. Prosperity. Not just prosperity in that energy, but think about the amount of money you want to make, this year, next year, further, how you want money to show up in your life, belongings, possessions, what kind of lifestyle do you want? Let's plant that seed. Plant it in trust. That as you know that and you give it a little bit of water each and every day, you nurture it, it's going to grow. And grow it will. To exactly what you want and even beyond that. I want you to plant that seed of joy, happiness, and love. And I want you to plant that knowing that you've had your ups and downs in life. You've had your disappointments, you've had your heartbreaks. It's time to have joy, happiness, good times, love. And now you know yourself more. And now you understand the value of listening to your heart. Allowing your heart to guide you to those happiness, those activities, those aspects, those people, whatever it may be. So grow that, water that, nurture that. Beautiful relationships, whether single or in a relationship, but plant the seed for growing depth to your relationships. To imagine what it would be like to be in the deepest love you could imagine, reciprocated back and forth, growing that, plant that seed, allow for that to be watered as you see. How capable, how deep can the love go? How amazing can you fall in love with people, places, experiences in life? Plant the seed of fulfillment in whatever career path you choose. Joy, satisfaction, validation, love, all of that. Plant that. Plant a seed for good health and taking care of yourself. And you'll find that it's easier to take care of you with this newfound acceptance and love for yourself. Wanting to do the things that are right for you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Eating the right foods that are good for you. Listening and taking care of yourself. Because you realize how valuable you are. And you realize that you deserve the best for you. And as those seeds get watered, and as you feel this feeling inside, these seeds getting watered, this feeling of energy, this ability as you breathe in even deeper and you breathe out, that's right. And all of this as your mind and your body takes this journey into discovery, takes this journey into you. From here on out, knowing now what you want, you know more and better of what you don't want. And so if something shows up that's not what you want, you dismiss it, don't take it in. Don't just add clutter to your life because you know it was given to you or showed up. Be choosy, be picky. This is your time, this is your energy, this is your life. These are your days, your hours, your minutes. Just because something shows up doesn't mean you take it on. People keep on giving you junk and things that are I don't know, they're cleaning out their apartment and keep on giving you stuff. You don't just keep on taking it because it's free. There's a point where you say, I don't want the junk. I'd rather have less and have more of what I truly want. Than all of this random stuff that just takes up space in my life, takes up space in my home, takes up space. And in that energy, less is more. And it's okay to wait for what is right instead of accepting the things that are wrong just because they're there. It's better to wait for what is right than accept the things that are wrong just because they're there. And as you feel this inside and you know this with certainty, breathing in and breathing out and allowing this energy to fill you, letting go. letting go. Going down even more, 2 and 1 and 0, deeper and deeper. I want you to allow yourself to just swirl in an energy of freedom. You can visualize or imagine, picture, pretend that there's this light hovering right above your head and it shines down into your mind, into your eyes, nose, cheeks, jaw, shoulders, hands, through your chest and your back, all the way down through your hips and your feet. The swirling energy swirls around 1.5 feet in front of you, behind you, to the left of you, through every cell of your body. And this energy turns to a hue of golden energy, radiating abundance and prosperity through every cell of your being, allowing yourself to bask in this golden energy of manifestation, of possibility, allowing you to be a conduit of what you radiate, so shall you receive. And fill yourself, your energy, your space with this conduit of golden energy. Embrace this energy through every cell. Coat your entire being and your energy field with this golden prosperity. Let go. Let go. In a few minutes, I'm going to be waking you up. By doing so, I'm just going to simply count up from 0 up to 5. Now, on or before 5, opening your eyes completely unsuggestible and wide awake. So at 0, going even deeper. Each night, regardless of the day and regardless of the emotions that you've experienced, when you decide that it's the right time to fall asleep at night, you're going to fall asleep deeply and quickly and sleep well through the night. And in those early morning dreams, what are known as venting or releasing dreams, I want you to vent out any remaining blocks or resistance, any tension or stress. Vent it all out so you can wake up each and every morning feeling refreshed and rejuvenated and ready for another day. Ready to enjoy your life. Fully, completely, openly. That's right. So it's 0, deeper. 1, closing the door to the unconscious mind, making sure all the suggestions are locked in and effective. And at 2, becoming aware of your body. Because at 3, a total sense of positivity floods through every cell. 4, becoming aware of the room around you. And 5, eyes open, wide awake, coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, eyes open, wide awake. And as you slowly come back into your body, I want you to wiggle your hands, your feet, your toes, and allowing yourself to do a little stretching if you'd like as you feel that energy. And you can even pat down your arms and your legs a little bit and allowing that golden energy to kind of stick within your body and your physical self. You know, just taking in all of that beautiful golden energy that you are bathed in and allowing it to materialize as part of your physical self. And as you slowly come back, whenever you're ready, slowly make your way back up to seated position. How you guys doing?
It's intense.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like you got a private, especially since you're both working on the same things. So very specific I could be today. You're welcome. Know that you might be a little emotional next 24, 48 hours. It's just things clearing. So if you feel like suddenly you want to cry or you want to scream, let it out. Or randomly laugh or whatnot. Just let whatever that energy is to, and then you might find yourself getting a lot of different ideas or a lot of things that like maybe where you've made sacrifices and compromises where that anger is coming out of like feeling like, I can't believe I let this person do this or that. Either journal it, you know, say it, whatever, you know, let it out. And then you might get a lot of creative ideas of the things that you do want and new ideas and visions and stuff like that. And I always say it's best to write that down because sometimes when we get that spark of creativity and those ideas, I want to go here, I want to do this, what would that be like that? If you don't kind of like materialize it into hard form and write it down, it's, you know, your average day, you have 65,000 thoughts. Okay, that's the average person has 65,000 thoughts a day. So you got to show that it's important, but also like what happens 4 days down the line, 2 weeks down the line, do you suddenly start to forget about those things that came to you as in the space of pureness, as these epiphanies of these things that you do want to make sure are included in your life. Okay? You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.